Good Sunday afternoon, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Hope you're having a good day. It sure is beautiful here in New Hampshire. So I wanted to do another video this week in my greenhouse. And actually, this is why I didn't get to work in the greenhouse yesterday. Thank you to our friend Charlie for giving us all this nice firewood. So Shane and I were doing that all day yesterday. Looks like we'll be busy this summer, cutting and splitting all that, but hey, you can't say no to free firewood. So again, Charlie, thank you. And it's also thanks to you that I have been motivated to do another video this week. I know you said you enjoyed it, so I am going to give you an update on the greenhouse this week, but just wanted to show you yesterday's hard work and what we did. So that's the start of that. Like I said, we'll be busy this summer doing that. We got some wood down back here too. Wood everywhere. Kind of like wood farmers. Plus we have a couple of trees that came down just down back probably about a month or so ago, month and a half ago from a windstorm. So we are going to cut that up once we get my tractor going. I have it's either a 77 or a 78 Gravely tractor that has a yard cart on it. Once again, also got that from Charlie. Thank you. But it needed a little work. We had to put a starter in it, so we're still working on that. It needs a little TLC, and we're going to get her back up and running, and that is going to be my yard cart for doing all this wood, cutting and splitting and bringing it up front. So, like I said, happy Sunday, and here's this week's update. Alright, so I'm heading back up from the wood. There's the greenhouse. We've been doing some work in there today. There's my puppy. Huh? Are you playing with Mommy on Mother's Day? Yeah. That's what she said to me this morning. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to play with you all day. So, I bought some of these nice little flats at Agway. I needed them. And I'm going to do some more planting. Everything's doing awesome. Very good. Even since the last time I posted a video. I have a radio in here now, so I get to jam. Turn that down a little bit. I did just now get some beans replanted. Got them in some bigger pots. They definitely needed it. This little guy that's growing up on the side here, Shane has taken him under his wing. So he helped me repot that, and I think he's going to have to stay here because he has started climbing up the greenhouse. So I think this is going to have to be his permanent home. But he's got some little friends now. Got some little beans that I replanted and repotted. Over here I've got some tomatoes starting to come in. I've got 4 different types of tomatoes, red peppers and green peppers. Those are coming in. This is stuff I just planted during the week, so nothing's come in yet. A couple more tomatoes, some red peppers, cherry tomatoes. The parsley's not coming in yet, so I don't know, maybe it's too wet. I haven't quite figured out why. I've got oregano. That's coming in. Oh, the Doberman is growing again. She likes it in here. Let's see, this is mostly tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, pink hybrids, brandywines, 4th of July, and another one, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Druzhba. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. I've never grown those before, so I got those off Burpee. Like I said, they looked nice, so I got them. Some peppers, some broccoli over here, some sprouts. More sprouts over here are sprouting. These are more herbs in here. I've got some thyme, some marjoram, 2 types of basil, which I can't remember which type of basil they were. I know one's a sweet basil, but I don't know what the other one was. Some summer squash, some winter squash, and that's all I have so far. But I did buy some flowers, so I'm going to try to plant some flowers and I'll show you that afterwards. And I also have a couple more greenhouse things that I forgot to mention in the first video. I'm going to go over that stuff shortly. Just stuff I wanted to mention that I forgot about. So we will see you soon. Okay, so I just got some flower seeds planted. I've never done flowers from my own seeds before, so I am interested to see how that works. I have two types of daisies. I have Shasta daisies, the white ones, which I always see on the sides of the road, and I think they're so beautiful. And another type of daisy, I can't remember what it was called exactly, but it was like a multicolored daisy, red and orangish. Some cosmos, some zinnias, and some sunflowers. I wanted to get some seeds to plant my own mums, but they didn't have them at the store I was at. I got them down at Agway, and they didn't have any mum seeds, so I might have to order some online because I would love to grow my own mums for fall time. So that's an experiment. That's something I have to do. So I'm going to check that out. Did a little more organizing in here. Like I said, I bought these little units at Agway today, so all my little plants can fit in there, and just got all the smaller pots organized in there. These are all my herbs, so kind of keeping those together. These are all the beans I repotted, some more seeds I started, some beans, some cucumbers I planted, and the next thing I'm going to do, which I'm going to get to hopefully today, is I bought a bag of potting mix, and I'm going to use, I had this planter, I got it a couple of years ago. It was kind of like an indoor greenhouse. It has a lid to it, a hood, but I don't usually use that. It's somewhere in the basement. But I thought it would be a great container to plant some leaf lettuce and some spinach. I don't tend to plant those in my vegetable garden very much because they take up space. And like I said to Shane, this is going to be great to have the greenhouse because things I don't normally plant in the garden I can probably use the greenhouse for. So I can really grow a lot of different things. So that is what I have this potting mix for. I'm going to dump it in there and see if I can start some spinach and some lettuce from seed. So another experiment I'm starting today. It's still pretty warm in here. I've had the door open most of the day, and that says it's about mid-90s. But it's been nice way to spend my Mother's Day out here. And I also got some scratch tickets for Mother's Day from my little girl Maddie and my bird Byron. And I also got one from Cole and Buddy. And I ended up hitting a $20 winner on one and $100 on the second one. So I am going to use that to buy garden soil for my garden. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Couldn't have asked for a better Mother's Day. I went fishing earlier, caught some trout, which we have on the grill. Maybe I'll give you a sneak peek of that too. So we should be eating those soon. But anyways, I just wanted to show you what I planted so far. The next step was some flowers, and lettuce is next. One other thing I learned today, and this is probably common knowledge for everybody else out there, but it was new to me, is to try and figure out if your seeds are still good. I had some cucumbers that I had planted, and some were sprouting, some weren't. I would say probably more of them weren't, but I do have a couple that sprouted. And I saw someone mention about how to tell if your seeds are viable by putting them in water. And you put them in water, you let them sit for a little bit, and the ones that sink to the bottom are good. The ones that float aren't good. So I saved the ones that had sank to the bottom, and I'm going to try to replant those and see if it makes a difference. Like I said, I had planted a couple, if I can remember where they are. I can't remember. They're in here somewhere. But I do have a couple of cucumbers that sprouted, so I planted 6 more to see if those seeds are better and see if that works. So that was just one other thing I learned, so just something else I wanted to mention. So I'm probably going to end up doing my lettuce tomorrow. Still waiting for my trout that you just saw to come off the grill, charcoal grill. So that'll be a couple minutes. So I figured I'd come out here and just kind of round things up. A couple things that I forgot to mention last video I did, and a couple of improvements that we did. First of all, for my little weather gadget here, I got a little bracket built for it. It was just sitting on the railing before, so Shane he cut me a piece of wood, kind of wedged it in, put it on a little stand. It just sits there on a little screw, and it reads into the house. It's been doing really good. A couple of mornings ago, it got down to 33.5 in here. Oh my gosh. When I saw that temperature in the house, I panicked, thinking all my plants were going to be dead. But they weren't. Everybody survived. I was very happy. It's been really cold here at night still. We've been getting down into the 30s, the upper 30s, low 40s, and that was definitely the lowest temperature I had in here so far. And even the next night it got down to, I think, like 35 in here. But it's been doing okay. The humidity stays high. I keep it closed up late in the afternoon to kind of conserve as much heat as I can when I know it's going to be that cold. I've been guilty of not paying too close attention to the weather, but I really am now because I don't want all this work to go to waste. So, but that was just an improvement that we had. So far, I love it. It's been doing a great job. What else was I going to mention? Oh, well, you can't see it now, but I had just zip tied our panels together. Some people did them at every intersection. I didn't. I just did them here and there. The thing's so rugged that I didn't worry too much about it. So I did that. And the second thing, I know I had mentioned that we put a window on the door. Well, the first time we went to open the door with the window open, we almost put a hole in the plastic. So we realized we had to do something about that. So Shane put this little stopper here. So when we open the door, that's as far as it'll go, and the window won't hit the plastic, so we don't have to worry about that. It's kind of a windy day today, and I've had the door open. I still need to figure out or get something, a latch or something, to keep the door open. So what I'll probably do is get an eye hook and put it against there just to have something to hold it up against it. For now, I've just been using either a brick or, a little stake to keep it open, a little ground stake. But I do need to figure out something for that. So I'm going to close that up. And another thing we did, Shane thought of this too, when we put the plastic on, we took some of our pipe insulation and put it around these corner edges because we knew we were going to wrap it around. And I mean, it's not metal, but wood is a sharp edge. So we did that at every corner. We just cut off a little piece. We nailed it down. And so when we wrapped the plastic, it was another smooth edge. So we really tried to eliminate all the sharp edges that we possibly could. And that was a great idea. We just kind of thought of that on our own. He said, that wood's going to cause some friction, or, if it gets windy, it's something, one less thing to have to rub up against it. So like I said, those were a couple things that I had mentioned. I had forgotten to mention the first video that I wanted to mention. So that's about it for this week. Like I said, I was going to do my lettuce container today, but I think I'm going to save that for sometime this week. So I'll get some footage of that, and that'll be the next video. I kind of like doing this weekly video update, and I hope you do too. Just kind of fun. So it gives me something to do, and I like to show off what my plants are doing week to week. So thank you for watching, and again, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Please click the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind, and I will see you next week, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care. Bye.